Okay, I'm back. I know I've only been gone for a few seconds. I want to actually, I'm going to probably do 3 videos today, just get back in the swing of things. The second video I want to do is actually, I've been watching way too much Calendar Monkey, I do admit, and I hate to sound like I'm ripping off, but I wanted to talk about role-playing a little bit. And it's not because, it's just a swing of things. Actually, I got a new campaign that I'm starting up with some friends, and I can't wait. And I figured I'd talk maybe a little bit about it. We're doing 3.5 edition D&D. Now, I know people out there are going to be like, oh, why don't you do Pathfinder? Why don't you do Pathfinder? I don't like Pathfinder. No, I have my love for 3.5. I mean, really I do. And I keep in with the strain of what my review was. I do want to talk about flavor. When you create a character, and I've done them all. I've done the power character. I've done the boring, run-of-the-mill vanilla character. I'm not a vanilla player. I've done the character who is so disjointed in all of its ideas that even the backstory doesn't really make much sense. But the stuff I actually do the most and I enjoy doing is the flavorful, unique spellcaster. Now, I'll show you here. Just show you so you can see my stats. The lawful evil Avante was it lawful evil Avanti spontaneous cleric. I'm using the spontaneous rules from Unearthed Arcana. I think they were in Player's Handbook 2 also. But where the cleric has a limit of spells because we didn't want me to search through books for hours, which I have done. I'm going to butcher this name, but when me and a group were playing Cantanabras, classic D&D campaign Cantanabras, I think it was called Cantanabras. I mean, I remember first level, I'm sitting here like, they're telling me, okay, do you got your spells ready for the? I'm just like, I'm still looking. Granted, the DM let me, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what my dog's doing. The DM kind of let me have my way at it and let me trade in first levels for cantrips, and I am the cantrip master. I play cantrips. Fortunately, this DM is a little more not so lenient. But so I figured I'd show off my character a little bit, talk about, and then I'll give some stories about once this campaign starts about what's going on, and hopefully have some funny stories to tell. I created this character. Originally, she was going to start as a necromancer, and it got too dark. I mean, right here, a lot of my necromancer came from here, and you have to know your group. And so I could talk about my necromancer to my DM, who's my roommate, and I'm sitting here like, I kind of want to do this, I kind of want to do this. Took every little bit of piece, and when you make a character, don't take every bit of piece, because you're going to get what I got, which was, oh, bit of pieces sound great, but then I was like, well, she's cleric of Avlux, and it's like, oh, okay, who makes love to undead, and he's like, oh, so like kissing, no, Lich loves is sexual, and I got thinking about this. It's like, oh my god, 2 or 3 new players, 2 of them very, why? Because they're somewhat innocent. Can I do that if I'm at the table? It's like, oh, I go to the crib and reanimate something, power my feet. And I got too embarrassed. I actually got too embarrassed with the character. I was like, I'm making a character. I'm done. So what I did is, after a little bit, I made this kind of. I originally called her Mother, but I didn't want her to conflict with Great Mother because it is an aberrant kind of deity, kind of aberrant. She's actually sorry, I'm all fidgety today. She's actually the deity is actually like corrupting people and making people into perversions. It's like a god of conformity or a goddess of conformity. Was it? I have here goddess of mnemic memories, the high perfection of form, ooze and conformity. So you can kind of see where it's going, kind of that whole Soylent Green kind of invasion of the pod people, body snatcher, that kind of thing. And it's like, oh, that's cool. This is really classic villain. I gave her the ooze community ooze community mind corruption and black waterdom instances of water. a water-based deity, in favor of weapon sling. And why is... Sorry, my computer just decided to go off. A second. So as the character's developing, because originally she wasn't going to be anywhere connected to the water, went from human to Avanti. Why Avanti? Because I wanted that kind of storyline where her lover was her training partner in officer school, and she did something to further the efforts of her evil goddess and maimed her trainer, and the loyalty of the trainer, or her ex-lover had towards her trainer. She's being hunted down by her ex-lover, boards this ship, the Matsuchara, which is a Thurogem, if you're familiar with this book. That pirate ship gets trapped on, or the captain gets captured in port, and the ship locks down, and so eventually it'll be a way for the party to move around with the thought. But yeah, story aside, I'm kind of being boring today, I won't lie. As I'm making the character, I kept one thing in mind I never did as a kid. How disjointed does a character feel, and how is that necessary? Like I gave her the flaw of unreactive. She's first adventure on land, on the actual physical land. She's not going to be reactive to danger. So I wanted the extra flaw or feat, so I did take that. Willing deformity, aberration blood, segmented eyes. But here's the thing. Here's why I brought this up. Not to dissect my character. She's a lawful evil cleric in campaign with new players. And I have watched videos, people say, "Oh, don't do lawful evil, don't do evil." I think I've played evil more than any other campaign, and I love evil characters. And here's why: if the player knows how to play them right, if the player's experienced, and that's the rules, they could be fun in the campaign. I've done the Necromancer. I had a character named Grandpa Wu back in the day, who our monk. Campaign that's very exciting and energy packed. Our monk gets in a fight with a lich, and energy drain or constitution drain kills him. Our DM, because of the skills and the feats I had, let me stitch him together and resurrect him as a zombie monk. Now this is a little bit on the DM's part, and I got my cat down there. This was a little bit on my DM's part, kind of fudging the rules to keep the party going. But it's cool. We had a undead monk, kind of enthralled by this very old and decrepit necromancer. It was a Wuxia wizard mix, and I even played my taboos. I stuck to my taboos through the whole game, pure, and it was so fun. But it's not my first evil character. I had a giant killer, Cantanabra. I had a giant killer. This is one of my favorite stories to tell, and my cat's chewing on my screen so it shakes. I'm sorry. Your baby. I had an evil ranger who worshipped the gods of plague, disease, death, and poison. Yeah, it was a god I made up. It had no reason to even need a deity. But the backstory was giants started assaulting his hovel and died of plague, and the plague didn't affect them, so kind of like a community god, and which was fun. It was really fun, especially with what happened to the Kender in the group. First room, Kender walks in, sees the lever, goes to grab the lever. The first level Kender, and the DM's like, "You not kept searching for traps, it was our road." And Kender's like, No, I'm just going to grab the lever and pull." "You sure? You sure?" "Yeah." He pulls the lever. Now here's where things get very funny. Kills him with poison. The DM pulls him aside and like, the gods are going to resurrect you. Just don't do something that's stupid again. Well, my character's developness played in here. I was like, told the DM, should I roll to see if that was divine? He's like, "Yeah, go ahead. Why?" Roll. My character worships the Kender. My character looked at the Kender as the second coming of the god of poison, and follow the Kender around. And we're talking about, like, this was a smart character too. Like, I'd carry a sword with a loop on the pommel just so I could tie a rope in, throw out giants. I was playing a ranger who specialized in killing giants, who was a halfling. So I would throw it over, sticks in the ground, go over cesspool. And I don't know if you've ever played this campaign. There's a point where there's a cesspool and you're trying to climb over the cesspool, or you're trying to get over to get this treasure. There's nothing in the cesspool. They don't tell you that. So I'm sitting, we're trying our hardest to get this treasure and climbing across, and I get to the end, get the treasure, and DM's like, well, how are you getting back? Crap. The Kender grabs my rope that I climbed across, it's attached to my sword. I'm going on to the sword, trying to figure this out. It's like, well, throw me the rope. Kender looks at me, makes a strength check, pulls me right into the cesspool. Luckily, the cesspool didn't kill me, but you can see my Artie puppy in here. Then there's many goofy things focused on the Kender in there. Like at one point, a bunch of undead pop up, or one or two at least, and pulls out the silver spoon. I turned them. DM looks at him. Oops. The dog's looking for his toy and I got him something. I throw, or the DM says, well, do you really? Yeah. The cleric's in back, doing her turning without the Kender noticing. Kender's like, I gotta roll to see if I see that. Okay. Go right ahead. Rolls, fails. You think the spoon turned her, or turned the undead? Woohoo! Yeah. It was hilarious. I mean, there's points where the Kender would literally get me to carry off the stuff, and I loved it. I thought the character was fun, but just one of many stories. But that's when you make a character, make sure your background fits, and make sure you play out your background. I mean, I am going to be playing out the heck out of her path on the ship, her connection to her deity, the fact that she's lawful evil. The halfling was lawful evil, and he followed chaotic neutral Kender to the ends of the earth because he was convinced it was the second coming. I mean, you don't have to be the anti-hero to be evil. You don't have to be the sick, gross necromancer. That's why I mainly retired that character, because you don't have to do that to be evil. I'm playing, and this character's going to come off more as a cultist than anything. It's not even an evil cultist. Well, she is evil. I mean, scarification up her arm and willingness to take preserved organs via an evil spell and use them as sacrifice and sacrificing for living. You don't have to be a butt about it. You don't have to burn people's faces off if they don't deserve it. I'm not helping make a point. But anyways, as I said, I'm just having fun talking away about D&D. I'll probably update with stories from this new campaign, Until next time, 3 minutes. If you watch my next video I'm doing today, talk about my game. I'll talk to you later. Bye.